Once you have your books checked out, here are some features that you might like to know that Mackin offers. If you click on your little person up in the right hand corner, the little green person, go to your checkouts. Once you have your book open, you have some options on how you can view it. So the first one is if you see the icon in the middle of the blue strip at the bottom that looks like a book, when I click on that, that will let me either look at 2 pages at once or 1 page at a time. So clicking that lets me change how I see that. I can also change the size of the font or the color. So if I want it to be larger, or if I want a more of a brownish colored background, or I can click on black with white print, and I have some options on the type of font. So maybe Times New Roman is easier for me to read, I can change that. I can also change the brightness of the page by using the little slider there. Okay, once I'm done with that, I can click off of that and go back to my screen. And the other thing that I can do is if you look at the little triangle on the blue strip, this will read the book aloud to me. If I click where I want it to start reading, I can also change the voice. So maybe I would like Fred to read to me. And over here I can choose how fast I want them to read. So if I want them to read a little bit faster than what they're reading, or if I want them to read a little bit more slowly, I can change that speed by clicking on one of those. Then when I'm done, I click my little stop button and go back to my book. Okay, I'm going to close my book. I want to show you something else on here though, before I go out of that too far. Let's say that I want to remember what page I left off on. In the top right corner, you will see it looks like a little ribbon. If I click on that, now it is turned red. I just left a bookmark on this page. So when I go forward and I say, oh my gosh, I would really like to remember where I left off. Right above that little ribbon, it looks like a notebook. When you click on that, you will see either notes and highlights or bookmarks. When I click on bookmarks, there is my bookmark that I just placed. If I click on that, that will take me back to the page that I was wanting to be back to. Okay, I'm going to close my book, and let's say that you have read all the books in the middle school library option and you want to see what the high school offers. So when I click on my little person in the top right corner, and you see where it says change sites, if I click on there, I can go to some middle school, and that will bring up their MackinVia books. If I go back here and I change my site and I go back this way, I can choose Johnston High School and see what they offer. That gives you a chance to look at some different levels, or if say you're reading to your little brother or sister and you want to go to one of the elementary pages, you can look and see what they offer as well. And the final thing I would like to show you on this is over here on the left-hand corner in the red, it says groups. When I click on groups, these are going to be specially curated lists of books that have something in common. So you have like the high school book awards. You can click on that and it will show you that list of books that were for the high school book awards last year. All right, that's another section of MackinVia that you can use.